Good morning world, day 33 of the Siargao Island Lockdown. Every time we try to go outside, the rains come. It's a proper tropical stormy day here in the Philippines. I've been meaning to get this pantry organised for a while actually. Yeah? Show me.
What? Is it?
Are you doing artwork today? Sasha's doing some editing. While Story keeps herself entertained here. We've got some big decisions to make today, which relate to whether we're going to be staying here in the Philippines for a long time or whether we're going to be trying to find a new home in Portugal. So we managed to get the owner of this house to give us a really good rate if we take it up until August, which we are extremely grateful for because having to pay rent in 2 countries is not cheap. So we've got today to decide whether we're going to actually take it or not. You okay over there?
I have to do some work.
Okay, you're just doing your work. Good. So Sasha and I have been talking about the whole Portugal versus Philippines thing, and we both agreed that whatever decisions we make right now are essentially a gamble because nobody knows what's happening on Earth right now. So we're weighing up the odds to see what is best for us and what we predict is going to give us the best year here on out, and that's the best we can do. Okay. Story leading me down the garden path. Found a crab?
Yeah.
Where? Show me this crab. Ah, it's a hermit crab. To the beach. Let's walk down to the sea. Wow, getting braver. So we've mentioned recently that we may not have a home in Portugal for much longer. So with that being the case, we have to look for a place out here. We've been doing our research, and quite honestly speaking, it is quite difficult to find somewhere really cheap here in Siargao. I think it's because there's quite a lot of tourism and it's become a very popular area among Filipino people and also expats too. As a general guideline, if you had around 600 to 1,000 pounds per month as a budget for your rent and for your utilities all in, you could probably find yourself something quite decent, even just on Airbnb with the monthly discount. Obviously, because we can't go anywhere to search properly while we're on lockdown, we're kind of restricted to talking to people in the village and searching online, which is why this is the only information that we have. Of course, I'm 100% sure we can find places for much cheaper once we're moving around the island. And it was a similar case in Portugal as well. If you were searching online and you were searching on the ground, you'd get a completely different set of results, you know? So if we were to compare what you can find online on Airbnb and the rental websites between Portugal and the Philippines, you're kind of looking at almost the same results. It's worth mentioning that Sasha and I don't want to rent a place unfurnished. We want somewhere that's got everything in it. So if we need to leave within a year, which has been happening in our life in the past, we don't have to sell furniture and sell everything, you know. We just top it up with our personal items and then we come and go. And that does raise the price when you're searching. So 600 to 1,000 pounds all in, including bills, would get you a nice Western standard place with furnishings in both countries. I think the next really important thing we've been discussing this morning is family. Obviously, if we come live here in the Philippines, we'll be much further away from Europe. But Sasha's side of the family, namely her dad and Lola Luz, they have property in Cavite. And I reckon that if we were to make the commitment to come out here to the Philippines, they would actually come and retire here properly. I mean, that is a guess. They've obviously got their own situation to deal with back in the UK, but it is a possibility that they would join us out here. Woohoo! What's the impression you've got from your dad so far?
What about him moving here?
Yeah.
I don't think it will happen until he retires,
Yeah.
which will probably be in a year or 2.
Do you reckon this situation would make him do it faster?
I'm not sure.
Depends, doesn't
It
it?
depends, yeah. I think if my dad came here, especially to this island, he would be instant, yeah, I'm gonna move. This has just got my dad's name written all over it, it really has. I think also in terms of family, some of my family, it would appeal more to them to come to the Philippines because it's that proper holiday vibes, the tropical vacation. You think of palm trees and coconuts and
warm sea,
yeah,
swimming
warm
in the water.
yeah, very hot weather and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in Portugal for 3 years, and your sister and her husband and their kids and the other side, they haven't all made it out to see us yet.
No.
It would be nice to do some travels with them.
It would, yeah, it would be very interesting. They were actually planning a trip to Asia before the coronavirus dramas happened. So I think afterwards, once travel is back up and running, they would be tempted, I think, to come here and have their Asian holiday.
So the distance has increased, but it has more of an exotic appeal to English people, I think. So the family issue may be balanced on that side a little bit. It's difficult to say.
Yeah. We're heading back to the house now. Papa's actually inside making us some lunch.
Lunch is still not ready yet. We have to wait like a little bit. I'm getting hungry now. So that's something else that we've been talking about, and that's the food situation here in the Philippines. What we've noticed being here for quite some time is that pretty much everything is organic, seasonal, locally farmed and produced. So without a choice, you have to eat healthier in a way. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can get all of that stuff in Portugal too, but you've also got a choice to get like regular supermarket stuff as well, and it's generally cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah. Saying that, we are actually just talking about the island here, because obviously in Manila you've got big supermarkets where you can get imported goods and things like that, and we're not talking about the Philippines as a whole, we're just referring to where we are right now.
Yeah, and how it's affecting our decision making right now and as of today.
Yes. So food wise, it is very much farm to table here on the island. You kind of don't have that much choice on what you can buy, because it is really like as and when things are available. Like one day the stand might have spinach and then the next day they don't have any and you have to wait a week. So it is very much like you make your dinners based on what you can get and what is available.
Yeah, like the old ways, like how it used to be in the past.
I was just going to say, I actually enjoy that, and I think it's a good way of doing things, because, and then also you only buy what you really need at that time.
And you support local businesses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is all referring to the island and island life, because that's all we've experienced so far here in the Philippines. One thing that is definitely superior here, and I may get abused for this, is the locally produced coffee. Coffee from the Philippines is definitely better than coffee from Portugal. I'm sorry for saying that, but it is. They can grow Arabica here because it's obviously a tropical environment, and every single brand, every single type that we've chosen so far has had this really mellow taste, and it's just, there's no bitterness.
We've tried a couple of the freshly ground beans and the coffee that's grown here in the Philippines, and they have both, well, how many? Three of them we've tried. They've all been really nice, really good quality.
Now, if you're just a regular coffee drinker, you probably wouldn't notice much of a difference, but for us, we drink coffee black, and we really taste how the beans are grown and roasted, and it's just really good here. In terms of travel, a few people have actually commented saying that because we like to travel around, they observe that we may get island fever being here for a long period of time. And definitely those thoughts will come in. That doesn't mean that there's not a lot to explore around here.
We could jump on a boat and go to another island, or we could fly to, there's so many islands here in the Philippines, and there are some nearby that we haven't seen yet. So there is still a lot to discover here.
And they've got those big ferries that you can get your car onto, so we can travel as a family and also with Eden and go to some of the bigger islands. You know, you've got the chocolate hills, you've got like all the rice fields up north.
But obviously in Portugal we have a car and it is all one land, so you don't have to keep getting boats and flying everywhere. You can just get in your car and drive.
Yeah, fast motorways, so the logistics of driving and exploring in Portugal is easier. They've got the snowy capped mountains of Serra da Estrela,
as well as the hot and sunny beaches of the Algarve. So there is a lot of diversity in Portugal.
And then when you head further up north, there's the Douro Valley where they produce the wine and port, which is really, really beautiful.
Two amazing cities, Porto and Lisbon.
And also we just recently discovered the island of Madeira, which was so beautiful. It blew my mind.
Yes.
So as you can tell from the way we're talking, there was a lot more to Portugal that we never really got to fully discover. So we're not talking about leaving there forever.
No.
We just think right now in the situation we're in, we've been dealt this card, and perhaps we are supposed to be here for a while. And then when that is over, perhaps when things stabilize, in Europe, we can come back and discuss more, you know, long-term living options back in Portugal.
Yeah.
Maybe even like split our time between
Yeah.
the two places.
Well, we did say that if we were going to stay in Portugal for longer, we would look after a while at moving to Madeira, because we just loved it so much. And we often think about it, and just, again, that was a small island and you could cover it quite easily.
Oh,
couldn't
really?
you?
Smaller than here, really.
Yeah.
You could get across it quicker at least.
Yeah, we feel again that there's more that we want to do there, and just kind of do long, slow travel around there and just base ourselves there. So that's also on our mind as well, that
Yeah.
we really liked it there, and that felt really nice being there.
Yeah. So I think really the most important thing for us to kind of get across right now, even to ourselves, is that we're still thinking and we're still trying to work out what's happening right now,
Yeah.
based on the world's current situation.
Yeah, because we can't think far in advance, because it just, everything's changing, and we don't know what's happening right now in the way of the world. So right now we can't even get off this island, so we have to just think about the here and the now and what we're going to do about it.
Every decision we're making right now is a bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
And I just think the odds are further in our favour for staying here in the Philippines for at least 6 months to a year. But even if we do that, we still have to come back to Europe to settle things up anyway.
Yeah, we will be back.
I am glad that we've had the chance to experience the rainy days and the sunny days though, because it gives us a broader picture.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely some things that we also haven't mentioned yet, which like visas and the bureaucracy around living on an island, possible cultural difficulties that we don't know yet.
Yeah.
And we are basing all of our thoughts on Siargao and not other islands too. So plenty to discover.
Yeah.
We're just trying to work things out. So it's that time of day for a shout out. And today's shout out goes to
Jeff and Lelaine.
Hi. Hope you are still enjoying these lockdown vlogs, and we will see you in the next vlog tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.